You're watching High Definition on i24 News. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Michelle Divone. Today's show is dedicated to the LGBTQ community in Israel, a community that is increasingly visible and influential in all aspects of cultural and social life. This June, Tel Aviv marked its 19th Pride Parade, but despite presenting itself as one of the gay capitals of the world, Israel's LGBTQ community is still seeking basic rights to marry, to become parents, to be recognized by law. We will be featuring 3 different stories, all relating to the LGBTQ community. The first examines being gay from a religious angle. The second looks into the lives of a group of middle-aged to elderly gay men who meet weekly, some still closeted. And our third subject, and perhaps the most groundbreaking, is the story of Yiska Smith, the first transgender rabbi. In Israel, being religious and gay can often lead to rejection by families and religious communities. In recent years, more and more religious homosexuals have come out, hoping to reconcile religion and homosexuality. Gay and Religious, a report by Michael Bloom and Florence Chevalier.
Gay Pride in Jerusalem. There are about 5,000 people on the streets. For 12 years, the Holy City's been putting on the colors of the rainbow during the annual parade. But here, one won't find floats or extravagant costumes. Nevertheless, the atmosphere is festive and good-spirited. In the procession, dozens of religious people. In the recent years, they've also participated in the gay pride. The rainbow-colored kippah on their heads, they're not ashamed anymore to make their presence seen on the streets of the Holy City. On their t-shirts, one can read these words: "Proud to be a religious gay."
This is a great success. It is always so exciting to see all these people dancing. One of the things we've accomplished through our work is that we've reconnected the people in the parade with their Judaism.
The mere fact that we can parade in Jerusalem, where there is a very important religious community, is coming to affirm that we exist. For years we were told there were no religious homosexual or lesbians, that there is no such thing in this community. We are here to say the opposite. We are here to say that we do exist and have attended the same religious schools. We are not giving up our religious identity, and we want to be part of this world.
However, for the Orthodox Jews, the Gay Pride Parade is a stain on the Holy City's face. Publicizing someone's homosexuality is considered a crime, to the point where the recent years have witnessed violent clashes with the police. Moreover, in 2005, a gay man was stabbed during the parade. Since then, in order to avoid any excess, the gay parade takes place under heavy police protection. This does not deter the protesters, though. If anything, they only become more discreet, just like the man holding up a Torah verse. In the Bible, sexual relations between men are considered an abomination.
It makes me sick. This is a disaster. It's like watching an attack. It hurts me just like a terrorist attack, maybe even worse.
Procreation is a divine command in Judaism. As a result, most of the religious Jewish homosexuals get married, have children, and hide their sexual orientation for fear of being ostracized by the religious community. They form an invisible minority on the fringes of society. Those who admit their sexual orientation feel misunderstood, just like in this Israeli movie where a young religious man explains to his mother that he has not chosen to be gay. The character in the movie, that's him. Chaim Segev played himself on screen. His parents have had a very hard time accepting it. This young student at a Talmudic seminary timidly came out about a year ago.
It really is very, very hard. In the beginning, I got a lot of hostile reactions. People tried to help me, and someone even wanted to talk to one of my rabbis. They were worried for me. They saw it as a disease, as something very serious.
This hostility pushed Chaim to self-doubt, especially since his family wanted to convince him that he can change. This pushed him into participating in conversion therapy.
I know I'm gay. I would like to check if I can change this reality. I am ready to go through this therapy and do whatever I am told to do. The main thing for me is to see if there is a possibility to change. If this is the case, all the better. I would be quite happy to know how. I doubt it, but I'm ready to try anything.
Chaim participates in this therapy through the Etzat Nefesh Association. Etzat Nefesh means soul advice. The association receives anonymous calls from distressed religious people, as can be seen in this clip shot by the association.
Etzat Nefesh, Eyal here.
There were times when I thought about taking my own life. I didn't know what to do with myself anymore.
Like Chaim, some of them are willing to participate in a conversion therapy. They're referred to psychologists who try in every way to make them renounce their homosexuality. Since its inception in 2001, the association claims to have cured several religious people. Nevertheless, it's impossible to know how, since the organization remains very discreet in what concerns its methods, to the point where Etzat Nefesh is regularly accused of brainwashing and homophobia. As for the program's director, he claims to only want to help them by pushing them to abandon their homosexual tendencies.
Prior to the inception of the association, nobody dared to talk about homosexuality. When it would be discussed in the religious circles, people were uncomfortable, saying that it was disgusting.
There are never enough hours in the day to get everything done. That's why we're here. We bring you all the major headlines from around the world in a way you won't hear anywhere else. Perspectives, looking at the news in a different way.
Perspectives, Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Strictly Security. Your weekly look into security, intelligence, and strategic affairs. Our team brings the latest on the major international conflicts, analysis of the major security issues right here in the Middle East and around the globe. Join us for a close look at the innovative military technology and get up to speed with what's happening in cyberspace. Saturdays, 8 p.m., only on i24NEWS.
Etzat Nefesh is regularly accused of brainwashing and homophobia. As for the program's director, he claims to only want to help them by pushing them to abandon their homosexual tendencies.
Prior to the inception of the association, nobody dared to talk about homosexuality. When it would be discussed in the religious circles, people were uncomfortable, saying that it was disgusting. I was answering that, in the contrary, the association had been created with the purpose of helping homosexuals. Some will participate in therapy, some won't. Some will be successful, and some won't. The reason why the rabbis oppose homosexuality is that it destroys the family cell from the inside.
Despite the traditional opposition from the rabbis, increasing numbers of homosexuals have come together to pray. Like this evening in the Gay and Lesbian Center in Tel Aviv, dozens of religious people have met in order to celebrate Purim, the Jewish carnival. During this event, which takes place each year, a biblical text is read celebrating Queen Esther, the one who 2,500 years ago foiled a plot against the Jewish people.
There are many religious people who can't find their place among their families and synagogues. They're not allowed to pray because of who they are. So they have created their own place of worship where they can pray together.
Purim is meant to be the most joyous holiday of the Jewish calendar. As the tradition says, each one must wear a disguise. But beyond these costumes is one of those rare opportunities for these gay people to reveal themselves as they really are.
One should not renounce either the religious practice or his sexual identity.
About 30 kilometers away from there, Rabbi Ron Yosef welcomes us in his home. He's both Orthodox and gay. He's the only rabbi in the country who came out. It took place in 2009 on Israeli TV. An unexpected and defiant confession.
It took me a good few years. It didn't really come in one day. It isn't only the fear of what you're trying to accomplish, but being an Orthodox rabbi and knowing that nobody has ever done this before makes you understand the overwhelming significance that it carries and the immense responsibility. There is no turning back now.
For this rabbi, coming out was the only way to initiate a debate on the subject and make mentalities evolve. In 2008, Ron created HOD, a religious association that has helped more than 6,000 people, a number that continues to grow. His fight? Reintegrating homosexuals into their own religious communities. For Ron, there's no contradiction between living like an Orthodox Jew and his homosexual inclinations.
He who takes it upon himself to observe the Torah understands that this is forbidden. To say that it is difficult for a homosexual, yes, I suppose so. Nobody can deny it. It is the same thing for a heterosexual or for a heterosexual rabbi. There are other difficulties. One should not say, since I deal with an interdiction, then the Torah is no longer applicable, or that one should feel different. The term abomination is used many times in the Torah. We are honest with ourselves. We are not ashamed to be who we are. My world is that of the Talmud.